My brothers and sisters, today I want to talk to you about the timeless truth found in Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 to 8, there is time for everything. To illustrate this point, let me tell you a story. Once upon a time there was a farmer who lived in the Midwest. He was a hard worker who spent his days tilling the soil, planting the seeds, and harvesting the crops. He worked from sunup to sundown, and he often worked on the weekends too. The farmer was successful and his farm prospered. But one day, a terrible storm came and destroyed the farmer's entire crop. He was devastated. But then something amazing happened. After the storms had passed, the farmer noticed that a new crop had grown in its place, a crop of wildflowers. The farmer was amazed at this display of beauty and abundance, and he realized that sometimes, there really is a time for everything. So how does this relate to our lives? Well, my brothers and sisters, Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 to 8 tells us that there is a time for every purpose under heaven, a time for work and a time for rest, a time for sorrow and a time for joy, a time for planting and a time for harvesting. We must learn to recognize these times in our lives so that we can make the most of them. The first key idea I want to share with you is this: we must learn to trust in God's timing. We must accept that God's plan is perfect and that He knows exactly when it's time to move forward and when it's time to rest. As Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11 says, He has made everything beautiful in its time. So, if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed, take comfort in knowing that God has a plan and that everything will happen in His perfect timing. The second key idea is this: we must be willing to take risks and step out of our comfort zone. In Ecclesiastes 11 verses 1 to 2, it says, "Cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days." This verse reminds us that sometimes, we have to take risks in order to reap the rewards. We can't stay stuck in the same place forever, sometimes we have to take risks in order to move forward. Finally, the third key idea I want to share with you is this: we must use our time wisely. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 17 says, "I have seen all the things that are done under the sun, all of them are meaningless, a chasing after the wind." This verse reminds us that our lives are fleeting. We have limited time here on earth, so we must make sure to use it wisely. We must cherish each moment and make sure that we use our time to do things that bring us joy and fulfillment. My brothers and sisters, as we reflect on Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 to 8 today, let us remember this truth: there is time for everything. So let us trust in God's timing, be willing to take risks, and use our time wisely, for life is too short to waste it on meaningless pursuits. It's time to take action, for there is a season for everything, and now is the season to live life to its fullest.